Well, it is Friday. I just love the sound of that at the end of February, and you're with us, your daily feel-good podcast, the Start Your Day Positive podcast. I want to say good morning. I'm Len.
I'm Sarah. And boy, the birds are beginning to chirp as we move towards spring. A new study shows the amazing mental benefits of bird watching.
You know, parenting is tricky in 2026, and a new survey says parents are up to the challenge by bringing back some of the good old days.
And Len has been warming up his whistle in just a few minutes. You could win a $50 gift card to one of your favorite restaurants when you play Whistle While You Win.
Yes. I'm ready.
Well, they say you learn something new every day, right?
Yes.
I got to tell you, yesterday I was away doing a few different things, and we had a car ride, an over-hour car ride. So we're just yapping up a storm about all these different things with some people I work with. And I had no idea that Amazon Prime Video had some of these little hidden benefits. So I have to bring this up because I don't know if you know this either. Maybe I'm the last to know.
What is it? I mean, I have Prime Video, so.
So everybody usually watches shows or has a streaming service, whether it's Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever. But I think a lot of people have Amazon, right? Have you ever noticed that on some of the apps, and I think if you have Roku also has this feature where it says up in the corner, live TV.
Yes, I've seen that.
I've never clicked on it before. And he's telling me, oh, click on that. Well, we had our phones, so we opened it up. He's like, when you click on live TV, it kind of looks like a TV guide that you have on your television with cable and all that. He's like, you're going to have hundreds of channels that you didn't know you had that are 24/7 that show. So I was like, wait a minute, what? He's like, oh yeah, there's a Saved by the Bell channel starting the first episode. You can watch, it's a whole channel of Saved by the Bell. I started going through these. I'm like, what? There's a Family Feud channel. There's a Little House on the Prairie channel. I mean, and there's like news channels and Ken Burns channels where, you know, it's like a lot of that PBS history stuff, which you would love.
Sure.
Documentaries. For instance, I thought Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting, was off air. It used to be on Netflix, but it's not there anymore. Well, there's a whole channel on this live TV, Amazon Prime, it's the Bob Ross channel.
Just Bob Ross channel.
Yeah. There's a great American rom-coms channel.
Wow. I did not know that because that would be super appealing to Judy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
pretty
fantastic.
Much anything. I mean, I was just like scrolling through. And then the other thing I learned, and this I will fully admit, I'm just taking it from what he's telling me because he has it. I don't own it. And I don't know, have you heard of a Tablo? Tablo.
You know, I've gotten an ad for it, but I've scrolled past it.
It's basically you purchase it like one time. It's probably like $60, $70 around there. And it's basically like an antenna. And you use it to get your main TV stations around your antenna stations around the area. So you're, for us in the Cleveland area, you're Channel 5 and Channel 8 and, all those main. We looked up my zip code. I would get like 100 stations around the area for free.
Including your local channels?
Yes, you get all your local channels. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
And it's a one-time fee.
Well, you just buy the device.
You just buy the device.
Yeah.
The Tablo.
The Tablo. I mean, I'm very intrigued to look into this because, all I use are streaming services now for the most part. Now, my husband does watch the Cavs games. You guys watch Cavs games, so I don't know how all that plays into it. But if you're someone who doesn't watch sports, that's a nice little thing.
That's a nice,
and maybe there's other
nice
brands
thing
that do the same thing. I don't know, but
I think there should be, and I don't know how they would make money, but don't you think there's a place in the market for a job where you're just called a TV consultant, where you just basically people contact you and you explain the best hookup for them. You don't represent any of the companies. You don't represent Amazon or Direct or Tableau, but you hear what they want, and then you set them up so you can actually find what you're looking for, because it's hard.
Then how are you making money?
That's what I'm trying to think about. I don't know how that person would make enough money to do that, but don't you think that would be a good thing?
Yes, because I'm constantly learning something. There's so many these added bonuses that you get for free that I had no idea. Well, there you go. I'm excited to explore the Saved by the Bell channel.
That'll be enjoyable, but I predict it will grow old quick.
It will. It's just the rom-com channel may not, though.
Right,
we'll see.
Right. No, that's true. That's true.
All right. Well, let's get today started with a positive thought. How about this? Sometimes what didn't work out for you really did work out for you.
Boy, how many people can look back and say that? That's a good thought. Keep that in mind. And let's look at 3 things your friends and family just might be talking about today.
Well, Starbucks has unveiled its spring menu, and it's officially jumping on the UB trend. The brand new UB Vanilla Velvet Latte launches March 3rd, and it's going to be available in 5 varieties. If you're not familiar with ubi, it is a vibrant purple yam from the Philippines that's been popping up everywhere lately. It has a sweet, mild flavor, often described as having hints of vanilla with a subtle nutty finish. The trend has already made it into grocery freezers. Trader Joe's shoppers may recognize its popular UB ice cream, and now it's taking over coffee cups just in time for spring. I cannot wait to try this.
You know what?
So
that description,
I've been hearing about all these different. You're going to start seeing more of this at the grocery store, but it's this beautiful purple color. And I want to get this ice cream at Trader Joe's as well.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like the description. It's subtly sweet. Sometimes some of those drinks are too sweet. And so, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm going to give it a try. And I just like saying it, too. And it's purple.
I know. It's such a fun color, and it's good for you. I mean, all that added sugar, not so much.
Yeah, it's a vegetable, though, right? It's a root. It's a root.
Yeah. I mean... And I almost got it confused because there are purple potatoes as well.
Right.
That my mother-in-law grows, and I had sent her an article, and I said, "Are these the same? These aren't the same, right?" And she's like, "No, they're different things."
Yeah.
So it was like a potato ice cream sure doesn't sound like it would be good.
No, potatoes
so
are really starchy, but this it's got a sweet, nutty vanilla taste. That sounds really good, really good. Well, this is interesting. Pinterest just released its first ever parenting trend report for 2026, and what parents are searching for right now says a lot. Instead of more screen time and picture-perfect parenting, moms and dads are looking up things like screen-free activities, family trip vision boards, and ways to create more meaningful hands-on moments at home. There's also a big wave of nostalgia, vintage toys, throwback birthday parties, old-school traditions, parents wanting their kids to have the kind of childhood that they remember, basically. Families are craving more connection, more creativity, and more real-life experiences, and Pinterest says that the searches there reflect that.
And serious bird watching may do more than help you spot rare species. It can actually strengthen your brain. In a Canadian study, researchers found that people with strong bird identification skills showed denser brain tissue in areas tied to attention, perception, memory, and spatial awareness. Now, researchers say birding is a unique, powerful mental exercise because it combines visual search, pattern recognition, motion detection, and memory all at once, offering another example of how focused hobbies can help the brain stay sharp as we age.
Isn't that neat?
There you go. Another thing. Now I've got Wordle and bird watching and Tetris and all these brain skill games.
I was reading that study about the birds, though, and you kind of have to not just watch the birds, you have to commit yourself to learning about the birds. And so I was thinking, I don't know if you would do this if you take this challenge. I don't know if someone wants a list, I'll give it to them. I was thinking of finding 8 birds that are native to where we live in Northeast Ohio, but you'll see them regularly. and that you and I would commit them to memory. So when we see them or hear them, we could identify them.
So what are you asking?
So would you take the challenge to learn 8 birds that when you see them,
you're going to give me 8 birds?
I'm going to give you and I'll have the same 8. Like we'll just say a robin, for example, right? You know what a robin looks like?
Yeah.
But I'm going to send you something so you know what it sounds like. So if you hear it or see it, you'll be able to tell your family. You'll say, oh, that's a robin, or that is a chickadee, or that is. So I thought that'd be a good place to start. 8 for our area, and then when you're driving around, you can say, "Hey, Russ, look over there. That is."
Maybe we start with 4.
Yeah, I know.
And then we graduate a little bit more. 4 seems like a good. 8 seems a little overwhelming.
Yeah,
but
I could tell. Let's go. All right, let's do 4, and then we'll have a test.
Yeah. Okay. I got to start slow.
It is great, though, right? Is your birdhouse still in action? Are you using your birdhouse that someone made for you?
Well, I mean, in the wintertime, we don't use it.
I know. I'm the same when they need it the most. I abandoned them. I didn't feed them. It was too cold.
I mean, don't they fly south?
Well, yeah, that's because no one's feeding them. No. I'm going to start feeding.
They don't fly south?
Some do. Some just stay around the trees here.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, there's only a handful that fly south.
Because I never see them outside in the winter.
No, they hide in trees and in shrubs. That's what they do.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's never too late, right? Let's. All right, so let's do this. Let's all commit to learning 4. Maybe I'll post this on social media, the 4, and everyone can study them together. Learning 4 bird sounds and birds, and then feeding birds. Let's commit to that, too.
Okay.
I know you weren't asking for this, were you? You were asking for another commitment.
When it comes to healthcare insurance, it can seem a little complicated. It can seem expensive, and you can feel like, I don't know what to do here. Well, we love having Liberty Health Share as a sponsor to our podcast. Liberty Health Share offers proven alternatives to traditional health insurance through Christian healthcare sharing.
It's really wonderful. I was just recently at the offices of Liberty, and I want to say the people there, fantastic, so helpful, high integrity, and so many people are saying, wow, I'm thankful, didn't know what I would do for healthcare, and now I'm a member of Liberty. Liberty Health Share is a healthcare sharing ministry where people of faith come together to share medical expenses, all for an affordable monthly contribution. It is designed to care for both your physical health and your spiritual well-being, too. Listen, here's how it works. When you have a medical need, you present your Liberty Health Share card. Your provider either bills Liberty directly, or if payment is required up front, you're reimbursed. Simple, transparent, and centered on community. It's faith-focused, and health sharing is something that is really growing. It's just exploding across the country as more and more people are saying, Liberty, this is a solution for me. This is a solution for my family.
Also, when you call Liberty, they'll address any question you have, and they're glad to pray with you, too. There's a plan for everyone, singles, couples, families, if you're looking for affordable health care or know someone who's maybe looking themselves. Liberty Health Share might be the answer that you've really been praying for. You can learn more at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
Who knew it would be so easy to win a $50 gift card to one of your favorite restaurants? You can do it right now, every Friday, brought to you by our great sponsor, Wyatt Works Plumbing, Heating, Electrical. It is Whistle While You Win.
And we have so many great restaurants to pick from. Everything from Longhorn to Starbucks to Dunkin' to Applebee's. I could go on and on and on.
Before I get to whistling, I just want to say a word about our sponsor. Wyatt Works is a wonderful company, local company. They've grown because of the consistency and how they do work. You know, it's one thing when a company starts off and they are that person-to-person, face-to-face, family-run business. And then when they grow, things change. That's not the case with Wyatt Works. If you need plumbing work done, if you need electrical service, heating and cooling, you know, the season's changing, you need a sump pump, you need your AC unit looked at, they can take care of it. They'll do a great job. Second generation plumbers. It's a family business. They do a great job. WyattWorks.com, your whistling plumber. So are we still in your category, the love song category?
One more time with the love songs, because February, Valentine's Day. And then we got to think, I meant to text you last night. We got to think of a new theme. Like a fun theme for next month.
Okay.
Spring.
Yeah.
Like what's going to be? I like the themes. I think they're fun.
Could be spring, right? Could be movie soundtracks.
Ooh, I like that.
That could be.
I think you just nailed it. Movie sound.
That's Jaws. Okay, so we won't do that one.
We won't do that one.
All right, but you've come up with some great ones. I put you in charge of the love song theme. Last week's, I have to tell you, was one of the hardest ones for me to whistle because there was a note in it that I didn't expect. I don't know if it was a minor, a major, or something in between. But, I had to work at it. But it was great. We had so many people play. It was super fun.
It was At Last by Etta James.
Yeah.
I've always loved that song.
Yeah. You used to sing that song, you said.
Yeah, because I sang in a wedding band for years, and that was one of the songs we always sang.
Okay, well, right now, only you and I know what the next song is. We're about to reveal it to everybody. Remember, our theme is love songs, so here we go. What is this popular love song?
Okay, do you know what that is? All you have to do is go to startyourdaypositive.com, submit your answer, and you could be our $50 winner this week.
I live in a house that is almost 100 years old. They're great houses, but we were dealing with a backup of the sewer drain, and it turned out to be a much bigger problem.
That's Scott, a happy Wyatt Works customer.
My wife said, I just had a feeling when I heard the radio ad that these were some folks we needed to call.
So they called a son of a plumber.
When Brian came back to me, he showed me the options and said, we'd be honored to do this work. And that really struck a chord with me and told me, these are the people we need to work with.
We are the old home specialist.
You cleaned out that cast iron line and lined it and essentially create a new pipe. The solution was really fantastic because it avoided having to take a backhoe and dig out the entire front of my yard, which would include tearing out a front porch.
Wallackadoodle.
You did wallackadoodle it. You fixed my issue, and we couldn't thank you more for the work that you and your team did.
Whoa, tick-tock, woo, time goes so fast. It happened today, let's remember.
Today is February 27th, and we're taking you back in time.
Hey, there's sports franchises that go back a long, long time. 1900 was the year when the New York Yankees was established, beginning what would become one of the most iconic dynasties in sports. I did some research. Sarah, the Yankees have played 19,088 baseball games.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's crazy.
And today is National Retro Day, a great excuse to throw it back, play an old song, wear something vintage, talk about a trend that you secretly wish would return if it is considered retro.
I'm trying to think if there's any retro. I feel like so many things have come back. The 90s are so popular right now.
Yeah.
Everything I see at the store, I was like, I wear that in high school. I wear that. So everything comes back around. But I feel like there are things from long time ago that really never came back. And you know what one that never came back that
What's
I thought
that?
about?
What's that?
Top hats.
Yeah, that's fair. We were talking
Top
about
hats
that the other
never
day.
made a comeback. Bow ties did.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
You know, all that kind of stuff. But
Shoulder pads, did that make a comeback?
shoulder pads, well, from the 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, they were huge in the 80s.
Yes. A little
Yeah,
bit.
they made a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was trying to think of that. I was like,
You're right
good
about
old
top hats.
hats.
Yeah.
Never made a comeback.
So music is something, when people think of retro a lot, they definitely think of music. If you just try to answer this is a hard question to answer. But starting with I'm going to ask you to start with the 1950s because you're familiar with 50s music. It doesn't, I know you weren't alive in the 50s, but
Yeah.
But What decade do you think produced the best music? Like if you had to lock yourself in to one decade and say, this is the music I'm going to listen to.
That's so hard.
I know.
Because I've had this conversation with people who are music people before.
Yes.
And because I was a little girl in the 80s, and I always remember my dad having the radio on, and I loved listening to the country music and 80s music. I remember I said I loved 80s music, and they were like mortified that I said that. They're like, that was like the worst decade of music, because they were like true musicians and all that. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
But there was a lot of happy music in the 80s, though, both for country and for pop and rock. You could make a good argument for the 80s.
Yeah, I think because a lot of that techno feeling came in and things that just was like, oh, no, that's not our favorite. They were very much 60s, 70s vibe players.
You know what? It's interesting. I did that once. I had my dad in the car, and obviously, he grew up on 50s music. So we we were traveling across the country for a softball tournament. And I said, from here to the hotel, nothing but 50s music. And then from the hotel to the next destination, nothing but 60s, then nothing but 70s, nothing but 80s. And we'll pick the decade that we think was best.
I love that.
That's good.
So fun.
It was. And I have to tell you, in terms of quality of music, I mean, the 50s has a lot going for it. I like in the 50s and the 80s almost together, believe it or not.
So give me some, like, what's a good 50s tune that's like, well, that's a great one?
Rock Around the Clock. Then pick any Elvis song, right?
Yeah,
so you've got big
Elvis,
romantic ballads right there. The Everly Brothers. There were a lot of great 50s songs. It has a great feel and vibe.
I feel like it's hard to each decade has a vibe. I'd like to talk to my husband's such a music guy. I'd like to
please ask him that. Do you notice we're not saying the 90s though, or the 2010s? Now maybe we just weren't listening to as much popular music then.
And I did listen. I mean, I was a teenager in the 90s. But
So
when I think back on the 90s, I don't think that's awesome music for whatever reason.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I don't know why.
If I had to just say, like, if they were going to swipe all of my music away from me, except for one decade, I would take the 80s. I would take the 80s.
See, then I don't feel so bad. I admit I listen to the 80s channel.
Yeah, we come at that from two different directions, right? Me, like you didn't grow up in the 80s. Actually, you're a little kid in the 80s. So 80s music.
But maybe I'm nostalgic a little bit because I remember my parents listening to it. And I don't know.
Well,
I just think it has a good vibe.
Pick your favorite decade. It's National Retro Day.
I love them. They're so great. Very energetic, always upbeat, never down.
I wake up every morning to it. Len and Sarah, they're so funny.
All right, here's a trivia question for everybody. What is the one home improvement you can make that has just as big of an improvement on the inside of your home as the outside of your home? I mean, if you stop and think about it, there is only one answer. That is your windows. Replacing your windows is such a big deal. And as we enter home improvement season, if you're thinking about it, we know who you should call, our podcast sponsor, Universal Windows Direct, because they've got something special going on just for you.
That's right. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. I've always loved a good BOGO. You know me. And that's a really great deal. You also get 0% interest for 36 months. That's 5 years if you're counting. So that's a long time. Interest free.
Time out on that. That's only 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Sorry.
All right. So they also have. Go ahead.
Yeah. You'll also get 0% interest for 36 months, so you can upgrade your home and spread out those payments. And you're going to get a $500 off your home improvement project as well. So there's so many things going on, so many great deals. But overall, the best part is that you're getting comfort, you're getting energy efficiency, you're getting value in your home.
Yeah, and you're getting a company that does it well. Over 21 years of experience. I'm telling you for sure, there's somebody in your neighborhood that has had their windows replaced by Universal Windows Direct. Why don't you set something up? You'll be impressed by their professionalism. They do things right. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Yes, you will be saying, I love my windows.
So there's a new wellness trend going around social media, and I thought I would share it. And with all of this stuff, I don't know how well it works. I'm just sharing what I'm seeing. A lot of this stuff I try to do anyways, but not in this particular order. But sometimes people like things in just a written out way. It makes it easier, and I get that. This one is called 30-30-3 method, like the number 30, the number 30, the number 3. And it's supposed to promote better energy, clearer thinking, improved digestion. And what it actually is you're eating 30 grams of protein for your first meal, 30 grams of fiber throughout the day, and that last 3 is 3 servings of probiotic food each day.
Okay.
And we've been hearing the 30 grams of protein for your first meal for a while now. So I've been trying to do that. I've also been trying to do the 30 grams of fiber through the day. We had a story a couple weeks ago that fiber is going to be a huge buzzword this year, kind of as getting as big as protein is now.
I think the president of McDonald's said that. He predicted the protein.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He predicted protein for 2025, and he said, look for fiber to be trending in 2026.
That's where I knew we talked about it. So, how do you do all that? So protein at breakfast is so important because it helps stabilize your blood sugar for the rest of the day and helps keep you fuller longer. And that's hard sometimes because I don't know about everyone else. You're rushing off sometimes in the mornings. And that can be hard to have that kind of protein. So sometimes I make, eggs or sausage and do it on the run, or I love yogurt. So when you do the yogurt, you're also getting some of that probiotic that they told you.
Because that's cumulative for the 3
servings.
Okay.
Yes. And then, of course, the fiber. So what are some ideas? Like I just said, the yogurt, cottage cheese and berries, smoothie with some protein powder for the morning. Now, the high fiber foods, because I was having this conversation with my daughter the other day, and she's like, well, what's a high fiber food? A lot of people don't know off the top of their head. That's okay. Raspberries, pears, apples, beans, broccoli, peas, oats, things like that. And I honestly had a doctor share with me some fiber supplement. Sometimes if it's really hard for people, he's like, take this for a while if you don't think you're getting enough.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I think it's easier to identify the proteins than the fibers. For sure.
I do too.
Yeah, so I'm glad.
And then the probiotic food example would be your yogurts, maybe you like sauerkraut or kimchi. Yogurt. We eat a lot of yogurt in my family.
Yeah. So what do you know about, and I'm not asking you to be the expert, but what do you know about those yogurts that are kind of disguised as desserts? So they're yogurts, but they also have broken up pieces of Reese cups in them or something. I mean, are you still getting the probiotic effect you're looking for? Do you know? I
don't know enough about those. My daughter used to love those.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. The fun yogurts.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten those in years. We've graduated to the protein yogurts.
Oh, I see.
That have 15 grams of protein in them. And then I usually just throw some berries in and some chia seeds.
Now, I was thinking about this whole protein thing. And again, if you don't know, it's okay. But I know you've looked into this a little bit. Can you just do the yogurt with whey protein, just whey protein powder? It's like, hey, I'm just getting it done. I'm stirring up some protein in my coffee. Let's go.
If you like that, I've never done it, so I don't know how it tastes.
Yeah, it's kind of neutral, a little vanilla-y, and I thought...
if you don't mind the taste of it, then go for it.
Because a lot of weightlifters and stuff, that's what they do, or bodybuilders, so I was thinking about that.
The new thing that I hear about all the time, and I don't know enough to speak on it, but is the creatine for working out.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That was it's gone both ways, where people were like, oh, this is great. Oh, it's not great.
Right,
now it's great again. I haven't done enough research, but I get ads for creatine. I don't know what I'm doing on my phone, but I think I watch a lot of working out or something because I've been getting these ads all the time now. Or you know what? It's because I watch so much Olympic stuff.
Oh,
I'm
that's
getting
probably
all these athlete things. I'm like, why is this gymnast showing me creatine ads now.
Side note, that's going to be fun to see with the Olympics. We're going to be seeing tons and tons of endorsement commercials with these athletes that we've been following during the Olympics. I mean, they're going to be everywhere now. It's okay. I don't mind
they might
that
be
at all.
following the 30-33 method. So it's helpful. Think of the 30 grams of breakfast.
Got it.
Protein at breakfast, 30 grams of protein throughout the day. And 3 servings of probiotic foods each day.
All right. 30, 33. Easy done. Easy peasy.
Well, thank you so much for listening today. By the way, if you haven't signed up for our free book giveaway, no shipping, no nothing, The Garden by John Gordon, you can do that on our website at startyourdaypositive.com. Free copy will ship right to you in around 2 weeks. And we would just love to bless you with that. It's all in part to a wonderful, generous donor and in collaboration with the Changing Lives Foundation. Reminder, did you know the tune that Len was whistling? Head to our website, startyourdaypositive.com. You could be the $50 winner. And don't forget, we'll be back Monday with a new episode.
And we always wrap up our podcast episodes with a prayer, certainly appropriate heading into the weekend here in the middle of the season of Lent. So just a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this week. And as we enter the weekend, may we commit our hearts and our minds to honoring you by the things that we do and the things that we say. Have a wonderful weekend. In Jesus' name, amen.